Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today, we're going to review a Winner 320. Let's start with the wrist check. I'm wearing the Spin Bond Royal Oak homage that I put on a leather strap because I hated the stupid hollow fake half-link bracelet that was on. And Grow is wearing my Cadison C8210 homage to a Rolex Yachtmaster. I told Grogu that I was reviewing a Winner watch. He said, "Winner, winner, pork pie dinner." Grogu is always thinking about food. All right, let's take a look at the watch. It comes in this box that says limited edition. I have a feeling that this is another case of a Chinese company not knowing what they're putting on the box. They just thought they saw a lot of watches that said limited edition, so they said, "Hey, let's put it on the box." I could have got the watch without the box. It saved like 70 cents. And I figured, oh, for 70 cents, I'll get the box. But anyway, here is the watch. I review a lot of ultra affordable watches on my channel, and I try to take them seriously. I am not a watch roaster. I do not review watches for the purpose of ridicule. If I want a cheap laugh or a groan, hopefully it is from my introductory Grogu joke and not the watch I'm reviewing. I always try to find the good in a watch if I can, but sometimes the limits of my optimism can be reached, and I can sometimes come across a watch with little positive to say. Unfortunately, this Winner appears to be one of them. When I saw the watch on AliExpress, I saw what looked to be a decent automatic sub-homage for under $20. Us watch enthusiasts love automatic movements because they seem so much more intricate and interesting than quartz. But this Winner reminds us that even though the cheapest quartz movement at least do a decent job of telling the time, ultra affordable automatic movements can be quite troublesome. Plus, when you have a watch this cheap with an automatic, the rest of the watch is going to suffer some downgrades to cover the extra cost of the movement. This Winner comes in all black, Coke bezel, or Pepsi bezel. I chose the black because I am not a fan of multicolored bezels on dive-style watches unless one color is the Ascension phase. And I just don't like the 50-50 colors. The watch is 40.3 millimeters at the bezel, and the bezel does overhang the case just a little bit. It's 46.5 millimeters lug to lug. It's 14.2 millimeters thick, so it's pretty thick. Has a 20 millimeter lug width and weighs 104 grams on the supplied bracelet with one link removed. The bezel is a 60-click unidirectional with an aluminum insert. The action's mushy, and there's a ton of back play. The clicks are not very confident. Then we have the dial. The dial is a solid black with no sunburst effect. And then we have the Rolex style indices with the upside down triangle at the 12, batons at the 6 and the 9, and dots everywhere else. They are loomed, but of course the loom is not good. Then we have the Winner name and logo up top printed, and then it says automatic on the bottom. There is no mention of water resistance. The AliExpress ad says 30 meters, so you just get the basic. Then we have a date at the 3. And even though it looks centered, that's just because my camera, this is a phone and the camera is to the left. But if you look at it with the naked eye, it is way off center. And it doesn't do a very good job at all of magnifying, barely at all. We have a push-pull crown unsigned. You're not going to get screw down on a watch this cheap or with 30 meters of water resistance. And the movement does not hack. As you can see, it's ticking away. Crown action's fine though, it's not all loose. And you don't get an annoying jump or anything when you go to press it. So at least it's not that. I usually only find that on quartz movements. Usually I've never found an automatic with that annoying minute hand jump. Then the crystal, we just have a flat mineral glass. You're not going to get sapphire on this price. And then we have the case. The case is a chrome plated alloy. The case is not horrible. I guess it's one of the nicer things of the watch. It's not a great case, but the rest of the watch really isn't very good. So at least the case isn't bad. Then we have a screw down display case back. Yes, you heard me right, screw down. I was skeptical at first, but I couldn't find a notch anywhere. And so I finally got out a tool, and sure enough, it unscrewed. So yes, it is a screw down. You'll need a 29.5 millimeter case opener. That's one bad thing though, is yeah, it's a screw down, but you have to have a coin edge opener. You can't use your typical watch wrench. And there's no writing on it at all. Underneath the case back is the DD119 movement. I'm sure this is one of the variations of the Chinese Tongji movement, which is their cheap automatic movement that's been in production forever. So I don't know how many jewels this has. I think the Tongji originally had 17, but it got upgraded to 19. And since this is a DD119, I'm assuming it's 19 jewels. And I couldn't tell if the rotor was... Yeah, I think the rotor is bidirectional because it doesn't seem to spin in one direction. So I don't think the rotor is unidirectional. And I don't know the power reserve because the ad said, do not overwind the watch or you could damage it. So I didn't want to wind it really good and then just leave it to see how long it lasts. So all I know is I've never had it die on me. So let's put it on the Timegrapher and see what it looks like. Here it is on the Timegrapher. Normally I wrap the watch on a cleaning cloth so I don't scratch it up, but in this case, when I did that, it could hardly read the watch. But anyway, as you can see, the accuracy isn't horrible, +8, +11. But look at that beat error, 3 milliseconds. That's why you see two distinct lines on the screen. So we got some massive beat error here. And as you can see, it is a 3 hertz movement, not a 4 hertz. But yeah, and it's all over the place. You don't get a lot of confidence when you see that on the screen. So yeah, this movement is not running very good. But it's, once again, it's not way off. And it is running fast, not slow, but on a non-hacking movement, that doesn't really matter. The bracelet is a 3-link oyster style. It's rolled. And we have hollow end links. They are inverted though. But look at the amount of slop though. Huge amount of slop at the end links. Not a ton of slop on the actual links themselves, but the end links are really bad. And rolled links are a pain because instead of split pins, they have these pegs that you put in. Here, let me show you the extra link. See, it's got these big old pegs. And the holes are kind of... You have these two pieces inside the rolled link. And these holes are just the remainder of what's left. And these things can get out of position. And it can be really hard to get the peg in and get the peg out. And then when you're going back in, sometimes you don't line them up right. And it's just not a good system. Then we have a clasp that's just pressed. And we have 3 holes of micro adjust though, which is at least you got that. But this watch is so light, the perfect fit really isn't that important. So I've seen worse clasps. At least it's not one of them side push ones that take up all the room for the micro adjust. But I only removed 1 link, so it's not very long. Here is the watch and my 7.5-inch wrist. It's a little thick, a little chunky, but it's light, so it doesn't feel heavy. And it is comfortable. And even though it's a rolled link bracelet, it doesn't pull your hair or anything. Here we are in the loom room. Let's see if this $20 winner has winning loom. As we speed up the time, we see that would be a big negatory. It looks like the loom pip is the strongest thing on this watch, and even that is fading fast. This loom is no winner. What do I like about this watch? Well, it does have a screw down case back, so that's nice. I really don't like press on case backs at all. It is comfortable to wear, and it does have 3 holes to micro adjust. A lot of these cheap watches don't even have that. What are my gripes and groans? Rolled link bracelet. The bracelet's too short. The Cyclops barely magnifies and is off center. Mushy bezel action with a ton of back play. Lousy loom. Massive beat error. And you can overwind the movement. Do I recommend this watch? No. The only thing this watch is going for it is the price. And in this case, you're not even getting what you're paying for. I really can't recommend this watch. Well, thank you for watching my review of the winner of 320, and I will be back with another review. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel. Bye.